Even though Minnie managed the family and farm remarkably well, grief and sorrow had hardened her shell. She wasn't soft like the cotton growing on her farm. Her children obeyed or else.
Granny Green's main method of discipline.
The hickory switch. Oh, my grandmother loved me to death. She'd come to our house when I was pretty small, I was 6. My mother would make out like she was going to whip me. I'd run, jump in my grandmother's lap. She'd put her arms around me. And I knew I was safe.
Minnie never remarried. She managed with the sharecroppers working the fields and with Frank, a friendly handyman who moved into a little back room of the farmhouse. He happened home one weekend with Joe and ended up staying on for the next 36 years. Frank never stood upright, but he always did Mrs. Green right. Perpetually bent from an accident that broke his back, he kept on. He was a creative soul and worked with what he had in his hand. A metal-framed, handcrafted rocker still sits on the porch at Greengate Farm. It's the comfiest seat to be had. Over the years, I've sat in Frank's rocker and heard tales of him and his creation. One of the funniest stories about Frank was how he told Joe's boys wild tales about his life before coming to the farm. It wasn't until years later the boys figured out Frank was taking storylines from cheap novels and weaving himself into the tales. As his children grew older, Joe would occasionally bring his family back to visit his mother and the cotton farm of his childhood. He would bring his black bag and doctor his mother, whom they affectionately called Granny Green, as she was getting on in years. As his son Roger grew, he was tall enough to reach the latch on the little picket gate to get into the walkway that led up to the farmhouse. Frank didn't just keep up the farmhouse. The sandy bare yard had been beautified with looping wire fences edging the front quadrants. One rectangle was bursting with summer's flowers, cosmos, calendulas, and black-eyed daisies. Opposite, inside the fencing, he had dug a goldfish pond. Frank had welded a 4-foot-high metal man depicting Bill Bates. He rigged up a tiny water wheel that would turn round and make the hand jerk back and forth. Young Roger was delighted when the wind would blow and the water wheel would go around, causing a tiny metal fish to go flying out on the end of the fishing pole. Frank knew how to make and build from scratch. In years to come, Roger would know too. In the 1960s, a goldfish pool prettied up Granny Green's yard thanks to Frank. In the 1990s, the goldfish are fat and well-fed in the pool at Greengate Farm thanks to Joe. In the 2000s, the goldfish find room to swim with the minnows in the pool built by the Green Boys in the herb and flower garden on Green Acres.